Hey, Maze. I had it muted. Turbo, come here, buddy. Come here, baby. Sorry, trying to get my dog back over towards me. Come here, Turbo. It went live in a few. Too much drama. I couldn't even keep up with it if I tried. Turbo, come here. Come here. Come over here. I'm okay. Like, I don't know. So much crap has gone on in the last month. I was thinking about not coming back on live no more. Like, I don't even really have anything planned for today to talk about. This was actually set up for yesterday and I never went. Turbo, come here. Come here, Turbo. Come here. Come here. Come see me. Come here, buddy. Like, dude, he's just, I don't know. Oh, I'm not giving up. That's not what it is. I barely, like, even if I go live, I barely have anybody in here anymore. And I'm so grateful for the ones that do come in. Very grateful, but it gets to tend to be bullshit because you know what's going around. Well, you don't know exactly what's going around, but you have the idea of what's being said about you and shit. And I never said, I don't say nothing about it. I don't care normally, but it's kind of affecting my subs. It's affected my channel. Period. Trying to figure out what. Like I said, I didn't. That's funny you messaged and asked me that because I just watched her live from earlier today. I fell asleep before she came on, so I was just listening to it. Hello, welcome in, everybody. I wanted to talk about Summer's case a little bit. I was going to jump on the bandwagon and list my top 5 subjects, and I wanted to know what y'all, who y'all's top 5 suspects in the case would be. Does hello Matt Mahogany. Maze, have you ever thought about it? Who your top 5 suspects in the case would be? Goodness, I can't stop yawning. You want to come up and talk about it, or do you want to just type it? Get my dog. Come here, buddy. What are you doing? There you go, buddy. There you go, my love. Oh. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I cannot get this damn yawning to stop. I didn't sleep for nothing last night. I really didn't. I was up. Every time I start closing my eyes or feel like I'm drifting off, I'd wake right back up because I didn't want to wake up and my dog, be gone and stuff. So, as much as he didn't sleep last night, I didn't sleep last night either. Oh, I don't know. I just saw a lot of titles of people's top 5, and I know my top 5 aren't nowhere close to somebody else's top 5. Honestly, I can tell you that right off bat. I know mine aren't half as who they are. Oh, goodness gracious, stop. Well, go ahead and either list them, Maisie, or get the link and come up and tell me who you're talking about, woman. Okay, well, you don't got to tell. I figured it'd be that one, but you could come up and tell me the other 4. Mommy's boy, huh? Daddy's road dog, mama's boy. Oh, goodness. Dudley JSB. So here, I'm gonna write that down because me and you don't have the same ones. That's really weird between us, though. that that's the first I can actually say. Me and you don't have the same people. So is it Dudley JSB? You got two more. Please do not mind my sniffling. No, I am not doing drugs. God, Lord, please don't think that. I've been crying for the last 2 days. So, all right. So my choice is, I've always said this. Like, if it was going from 1 to 5, being 5 being the least, and 1 being the first, the most, I would say the sheriff, Creasley, Grandma, no, Sheriff Creasy. I keep wanting to call him Creasley. Creasy, Sheriff Don Sheriffy Jr., um, JSB, and Grandma. So we got JSB in there somewhere. So you need 2 more, Maisie, because you only got 3. Okay, Don Sheriffy Jr. is RSO in Ben Hill. Um, the Creasley guy, he's the constable, the one that just got charged with all that shit. He's also a dog trainer. And then the sheriff, Ronnie Lawson. Yeah, I already have him down. That's why I said you have 2 more, because you have 3. So you need 2 more still. Oh, I can't breathe. You can't pick two more out of all these people that been in play in this case, and you can only pick out them three. Well, I know you don't think it's the parents, and I know you don't think it's grandma, but I'll tell you the reason why grandma's on my list. And it's not for anything bad. Grandma is on my list because I feel like after Summer went missing and she took that trip, we got damn it. Oh Lord. We got pictures that surfaced of Summer. Now, I'm not saying she is here at this place. But it is a good thing to think about. Like, pictures had surfaced of her in this one dress, and it looks the same exact damn day. And let me see if I can. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find them pictures. Actually, I'm downloading them to my computer real quick. They weren't on here. It's going to be kind of hard because they're Photoshop for my, or not Photoshop, but screenshot for my phone. So I don't know if we're going to be able to see them very well. But we'll try. Oh, my head hurts. Yes, it has. Actually, I could do it this way. I didn't think about that. Alright. So, let's see if I can zoom it in. Oh boy. Oh, that ain't on mine. Haha. All right. So with this picture right here, um, you see she's got the butterfly dress on and the little headband, right? Now she's got this lady standing behind her. What supposed to be looking like some kind of office type thing. So my first thought was when she went to the dentist. But if you go back and look at that picture of her holding that bag from the dentist, she's not in the same outfit. So then I was thinking maybe the doctor's office because she was getting ready to start school. But as the pictures digress, so you got this picture with Robin and her. I wish I could get it bigger. But if you can't see it, she's in the same exact picture. I mean, same exact dress. If you look at her hair, it's about the same length. So this lady, everybody thought this lady was Miss Robin. This is not Miss Robin. If I could find the if I could figure out how to get the picture to zoom out some, you would see her hands are like as of an older lady's, not a younger lady. And Robin's younger than I am. So, but see, you can see the background of it being look kind of like, it looks like a room to me that was painted maybe for a child, but it definitely does not look like no office to me. And then you got this picture, which it's not working. I doubt I'll be able to find it now. But if you look at it, this back here, this right here, is the state of Wisconsin. And I can't remember what the name of it was on the shirt. But it's some kind of Wisconsin shirt, like scrubs. So with these three pictures, it kind of makes me feel like that maybe she is in Wisconsin, still alive. So I have a feeling like Grandma, when she left to go to Wisconsin, that Summer was being held somewhere safe at that point in time, and that maybe Grandma picked her up before she headed out to Wisconsin and took her to Wisconsin. Now, the reason being, maybe the living situation. I personally don't believe anything about the SA stuff, so I would never use that as a plot because that's just drama. Like if we had proof, that'd be a different story. You cannot hold somebody's past against them to their future or their present, because they may not be the same person. Now, with that being said, yeah, I kind of feel like it would be grandma. Now, Don Sheriffy Jr., he's a RSO over there in Beach Creek. That's why I think they need a substation there. They have so many RSOs in Beach Creek community than there is probably in Kingsport or Seaverville or Bluntville or, Rogersville. It's like, they're to me, it reminds me of like them being all segregated to one area. Like they were segregated to one area. Like they were told, okay, well, this is the area you can live in. Don't let me catch you outside of it. Okay. So with that being said, why would they allow children to be in the area where they know is just crawling with RSOs? And that's where it comes back to me saying that I think they need a police station there. A little police station. It's crazy to have all them RSOs and drug dealers and shit like that in one area, but no police presence regularly. And I know I was listening to, I think, Michelle's, and they were talking about the day Summer went missing. They saw a cop or something out there, law enforcement out that way. Well, the 4 or 5 days I was out there, I didn't see not one until I went into Kingsport. Like, not one. I'm pretty good at spotting undercovers too. I didn't see none of them either. So it's kind of like an iffy. Like, do I go with my gut on this? Or what do I do? I hope and pray she's fine. She's okay. They bring her home soon. They figure out something soon so we can move on, because like I tell everybody else, no matter how much I want to move on from Summer's case, shit just keeps bringing you back to it. Like, there's so much drama involved in this case. You don't know what to believe is right, what to believe is wrong at all. So it leaves you to wonder where, why, who, what, and when. And honestly, you can't answer none of that because we don't know nothing. Yeah, Griffey's live. I didn't know she was going live. Scott H is live. Voices behind the shit. But like I said, Don Schaefer Jr., he's a RSO in the neighborhood. He's been caught with child. When are you not going somewhere? Ever since you got that car, you've been on the go, 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 go. um, Actually, I could say I have top 6, not top 5, because I forgot JSB's son, um, Andy Jr. Um, he was also got caught scouring around 110 the day that Summer went missing. So, and JSB, I don't know, that she's just, at first I didn't think she had anything to do with it, but the more she inserts herself into this case, she's the one that's controlling, and she was controlling the narrative in this case. And now it just seems like, she's always like, I didn't know nothing until after Summer got gone. But then if you go back and listen to some more of her damn videos, she'll say, in one aspect, she didn't know about any of this until after Summer got gone. And then she says, I knew it a few days before Summer got missing. So which one is it? Do you know or didn't you know? So with JSB, you don't ever know who is right and who is wrong. Um, The constable, like he's the one that I don't know. There's some funny shit about this man. Really funny shit about this man. Thank you. Okay, so his name is William Creasy. He's a professional service dog trainer who donated a purebred English Labrador to the Kingsport Police Department. He resigned under indictment. Da 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 da. Hawkins constable who resigned under indictment, re-elected as written-in candidate. But that was... His term ends next month, actually. I'm trying to read. If it says what his charges were recently. Oh, this was in 2022, and there's another one that just came out. Okay, let's find an updated one. How about that? Okay, there it is. Nope, that was last year. Whatever. This was last year. He's facing drug charges. Let's see what it says. Ooh, okay. So it says the district attorney general requested in April that TBI agents join the investigate in a report that the Hawkins County constable was in possession of controlled substance that he was suspected he had taken off people when he made traffic stops and reportedly using the drugs to train canine drug detection dogs without proper paperwork. TBI said the agents developed information that identified the District 1 Hawkins County Constable as the individual. The Hawkins County grand jury returned indictments charging 67-year-old Davis Creasy with casual exchange, official misconduct, simple possession, and possession of a controlled substance without license. And because what he only got a $3,000 bond, which isn't shit. So that's like $300 to get him out. That's not right at all. Like, if that was just a regular citizen on the street, they would have got fucking $50,000 bonds. Yes, I believe Summer's still with us too, Maze. I don't have that feeling like anything bad has happened to her. Not as of yet, anyway. And my mouth is starting to hurt. So I think a constable gets reelected every year. That's what it seems like to me right now. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. And then my number 5 would be is the sheriff. I so hard with all my heart, I believe the sheriff is in on this. Like, I believe Creasy was in that shed down at the bottom of the hill, and Candace fell asleep that day, so maybe all 4 of the kids decided to go out and play, or just 2 or 3 of them. And, they've said Summers wandered off from the boys before. Well, no, sorry. The parents say that they haven't wandered off. But we know that's not true because we've heard multiple people say they've seen them down by the road, Ben Hill, at the bottom of the driveway playing. They've played in the woods, and there's them parents can't say that they didn't, because if they didn't play in the woods, why did Don, when he come home, go straight to the creek? And as like Michelle After Dark says, that's because they know that's where he knows that whenever she would run off, that's where she would go, down by the water. Now, me personally, I'm the same way. But everything that we know is hearsay, more than likely, because we were not there at the point in time. We do not know this family. We only know what we hear and partially what we see. Now, with that being said, like I said over and over again, when Don and Candace would get on YouTube, I don't think it was necessarily to tell us truth. I think it's more or less that they were going with the narrative. They were going with what they thought people wanted to hear, or dealing with all the bullshit that they deal with on a fucking daily back then. They probably just told everybody what the fuck they wanted to hear. Honestly, that's my look on it. Excuse me. And well, I don't know where I was, but they would definitely be my top 5. The sheriff, the constable, JSB, and her son, DS Jr., or Grandma being the least. I don't ever want to put the blame. I would never put the blame on the parents until we had more facts. Yes, we know they were not the greatest parents. It's not a law not to be the greatest parents, honestly. But the way I look at it at that point of view is that, like I said, there is no law that stating that you have to be the best parent. Nobody's the best parent. I don't care what anybody says. There is no best parents. Everybody parents differently. But everybody parents differently. And I guess it would all depend on how you were brought up. Is based on how your parenting skills will go. If you feel like you did not have a good childhood, but then the next person can look at you and be like, well, damn, I wish I had that kind of childhood, because theirs might have been worse than yours. Just because you think your childhood was not all that good does not mean you did not have good parents. I mean, there's levels to being a good parent. Now, I look at it like this, and I've said this numerous times, that I don't. The only thing I could see Candace and Don being is neglectful. Like, I don't see no essay involved. I don't see any physical harm, but I do see verbal, mental, and neglectful. But that's my opinion. You know, everybody has different opinions. Like, all these pictures that are out of summer, to me, I see dirt on the child from playing outside. She was a little tomboy, rough playing. You know, she had 3 brothers. She didn't have any little girls to play with unless she was at church. So she had all brothers. All brothers. So growing up with 3 brothers, you're going to be a tough little girl. Like, you might want to wear pretty bows and dresses, but you'll get down in that mud and fight and climb trees and do whatever. And that's my opinion. And maybe because that's how I was. You know, so I don't feel like a lot of them pictures that people were thinking of Summer as in her being physically abused. Yeah, she had bruises. Okay. So kids don't fall outside. I'll tell you what, my little girl, when she was Summer's age, that child would come in with a new bruise every damn day from playing. So does that mean I was a bad parent? Does that mean that I beat my child? No. Did I have some issues back in the day with her? Yeah, but it wasn't because of me. And nothing ever came about with me. So, with that being said, my daughter has been with me her whole life. Besides the 3 years that she had, that the courts awarded her dad the time to spend with her without, per se, me there, in the child support agreement, it was that he got to pick 3 years out of her life to spend with her before she was 16. So he chose 8, 9, and 10. Well, he ended up keeping her until she was 11, which was okay. It wasn't okay, but it was okay because it is her father. She came back to me at 12. So what people think of me does not fucking matter. I don't care. I know the truth, and that's all that matters. With that being said, I guess that's why I'm kind of on Candace's side with this, because people are jumping the gun and don't know what really happened. They just want to assume because she was the parent over Summer that she did something. Now look at every other case that the child goes missing in. Some of the cases we do know it is a parent. There's some cases that is unmistakably that it was the parent. But then there's some that are baffled. Like, you don't know who did it. like JonBenet Ramsey, which, that's not one of my favorite cases. I don't ever talk about her because I believe she needs to rest in peace now. But her family can never rest because they don't know what happened to her. They know she was essayed and unalived, but that's all we know. Summer's case, we know she was there that day and she wasn't there that evening. So it's kind of like, people catching their chicks before the eggs hatch. Welcome in, everybody. So I want to, I don't know. I want to know what everybody else thinks. I want to know where everybody else stands with their top 5. Like, I want to know who your top 5 are in this case. And I know everybody, their first 2 are going to be Dawn and Candace. Like, everybody is on that bandwagon. It's Dawn and Candace. It's Dawn and Candace. So me, I'm like, what happens if it comes out that Dawn and Candace didn't do jack shit? Don't know jack shit. And the reason why they say Candace has guilty knowledge is because she fell asleep. She's guilty of going to sleep with her children awake. Something happened to her child while she was asleep. Now, could it be one of the boys? It could possibly be. Would I want to put that on the child? No. Never. I would never in my life say that little boy did it. I wouldn't. Because I don't want to believe it was one of her brothers. But it could be a very good possibility. And to me, that house was what happens in my house stays in my house type shit. You don't go outside of them walls with things that happen inside your house, regardless of who is asking you questions. Even though the boys are safe now and they're away from their parents, they still have that in their mind. Well, one day we might go back to mom and dad. And if we tell on them, or we tell what we know, we'll be in more trouble. So they're still not talking. I pray every day the boys are doing well and living their best life right now. I'm always for reuniting the children with the families, their parents. Always have been. Like, unless of the situation, if it was a dire situation, like if they were being beat and you can tell, or being starved and you can tell. I see healthy kids. I've never, look at the oldest. The oldest is way too healthy for him to have any kind of, like, I don't know about y'all. I've seen some kids abused and that don't get fed very often. And you can tell the difference in them kids and kids that have been treated differently. Like, they're more reserved and quiet. They don't, if they're asked if they want something to eat, sometimes they'll say no, they're okay. Or sometimes they eat so quick they get a stomach ache. Or they want more and just make themselves sick because they're not used to eating. We know that's not true. I mean, grant you, even if the kids only ate freaking frozen pizza, it's still food. There's nothing wrong with frozen pizza. I'm not a frozen pizza person, but I love pizza. So I would eat pizza 365 days a year if I could. 24/7. I could live off of pizza. I really could. Or bread for that matter. But I just see kids, I seen very happy and healthy kids that constantly like to be outside playing. Other than the oldest one. Like, I think he was more into the electronics. But I just see Summer wanting to do whatever her brothers did. She wanted to be like her brothers. She wanted everything to be just like her brothers. And that's where it comes down to where Dawn and Candace both say that Summer ran the house. Summer ran her parents. So, do I think Candace was jealous of Summer? I don't think she was jealous in the aspect of what everybody thinks. I think she was, the jealousy came from Dawn's attention. Nothing else, just Dawn's attention. Know what? What are you telling me no for? Yeah, I don't think she was jealous like everybody thinks. I think it was more just the attention jealousy. Believe it or not. And like I said, a lot of things that they said on fucking on YouTube late at night when they'd get drunk or whatever, I think that was just to get YouTubers in an uproar. Hey, Sippin'. Welcome in, babe. But I just don't think that we're looking at it in the right light. I think everybody's way off course on what happened or what, who, what, where, and when. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go over the who, what, where, when, and why of Summer's case. I'm dealing with a dog that's really sick, and I didn't think he was going to make it through the night last night. But he's doing okay right now. He's just resting. But I know it's coming. It's not far off. I just hate seeing him like this. He's my oldest one I have. And still dealing with my jaw and stuff, so today's the first time I actually got on to talk. I would have told you I was on, but I didn't figure you were. I figured you were probably busy. Oh, you're fine, love. But so back to what I was saying. I wanted to get out there who my top 5 were, and the who, what, where, and why I feel like that. Thank you, Sippin. I appreciate it, love. Because I really do want to move on from Summer's case until we get some more real information. Because what all that's going around now, to me, has nothing to do with Summer herself. Like, her family, the initial people that were there, are the ones, to me, that need to be looked at. Like, I can tell you all day my theories on why I chose who I chose, but to me, it's still taken away from Summer. We need to find Summer. Like, she'd be the only one to tell you what happened. Honestly, because I don't see that little girl being quiet. Like, I believe you ask that child a question, she's going to answer you. And then people were like, oh, the dogs are the key. Okay. Let's talk about the dogs for a second. How are the dogs the key? Even if they know anything or seen anything, are you going to be able to get any information out of that dog? Can you read that dog's mind? Or if them dogs can speak, oh my God, the Wells would be rich. And then I was in somebody's live the other day and they were talking about, oh, well, you remember that, what did they say? Oh, wait, it'll come back to me. Let me move on for that one. They were like, kept talking about, check where Jody Sue buried her dog. Or where the cats are buried. Why? First off, a cat's grave is not going to be big enough to put a 5-year-old. The dog, maybe. But still, come on. Like, use your fucking brain, please. Just like, oh, the dogs are the key. How are the dogs the key? Because we aren't going to get no information out of them damn things, are you? You might get a couple licks here and there. Or a tail wagging. But if them dogs could talk, I think the Wells would be rich. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Somebody said something the other day about that they lawyered up. And they weren't no longer cooperating. They didn't lawyer up on the case. Summer gone missing. For what? They have no reason to lawyer up. They had to get a lawyer, however, for the CPS cases. And it's not a regular lawyer. It's a family court lawyer. They don't do criminal at all. And Don, yes, Don has a lawyer for both, for that and for his incarceration right now. So yes, they have lawyers, but nothing to do with Summer. Nothing. Well, I guess it has something to do with Summer because it's CPS, but because it's her brothers and not her, they have a lawyer for family court. not for criminal court. They haven't been charged with nothing. Why the fuck would they lawyer up? It doesn't make any sense. And the sheriff's stupid ass coming out and saying that, said that just to put a ripple in the fucking social media community. Because the social media community does not know when not to call them, does not know when not to call TBI. They are calling over every little fucking thing they hear. It gets tiresome. They want to bitch and scream about their tax money, but yet you're wasting your tax money by calling them every fucking day for no reason. What's going on with Summer's case today? The same thing as yesterday. Same thing as the day before. Nothing. We have no new evidence. Have I called both? Yes. Have I asked about Summer's case? Not really. I've never once them asked anything about evidence, anything about what's going on with the case. No. My question when I called them both was who was over the case, who was lead on the case. And depending on which day it is and the time of day, you might get Hawkins County on the phone and they say they're over the case. Hell, I've even heard them say that it was TBI lead on the case. And then you call TBI. Oh, no. We're just assisting Hawkins County. Just assisting. Doesn't make very much sense. What the fuck are you assisting? Because ain't nothing getting done. Not in my eyes. I'm sorry. Like, I've known cases to go on for a while, but at least every so often you got an update on it. We haven't gotten no updates. Nothing on this case. Because it's out of the norm, y'all. What is out of the norm about this case? There's too many people inserting themselves into it. Or that Summer's missing and y'all don't know how to do your fucking job. Because I so hardly believe that if there was a substation, police station in Hawkins County, the Beech Creek community, even on the Sullivan County side, because Beech Creek is right there, it separates both counties. It's in both counties. So why don't they, right there on the county line, have like a police station that can have 2 officers from each county there? Not at this necessarily at the same time, like 1 from each at a time. You know what I'm saying? So there's 1 to patrol the Hawkins County side and 1 to patrol the Sullivan County side. With as many RSOs over there and as much drug activity as there is over there, come on. You guys are at least 45 fucking minutes away from Beech Creek. Does that make much sense? Somebody could be laying in the road fucking dying. God, don't strike me for that. But could be laying in the street, bleeding all over the place. And by the time law gets there, the person that did it could be way gone. 2, that person could already be gone. They can't give you no information. Come on. They got to do better there. Yeah, they got a first response. First response can't do shit other than take care of the person on the ground. Hell, if they don't want to do another substation, why don't they ask Churchill if they can set up a little cubicle or something for the police department there? Is it because people are scared? Are they scared of the people in Beach Creek? You know, the hollers are kind of like where I live in the backwoods country. Like, I live by car maybe 10 minutes from the closest store, convenience store, gas station. So walking distance, that's a pretty fucking long way because it's mostly up fucking hill. So Beach Creek isn't much different. Like, depending on where you are in Beach Creek, it might take you a little bit longer to get to the store. But that is a long fucking drive. So yes, on the way home that day from Warriors Path, I believe Summer did fall asleep. Between all the sun and the swimming, what little kid isn't going to pass out on the way home? I've seen my daughter fall asleep in some of the weirdest ways in a car. This little girl had her seatbelt on one day and dropped something on the floor, went to go pick it up, and fell asleep upside down in the seat. Still with the seatbelt on. So you can't tell me kids don't fall asleep in the weirdest positions. And like I said, I went to the store where they bought the milk from. I see why there was no condensation on that milk. And even if there was condensation on the milk, do you really think you're going to be able to see it in a picture? Not only a picture, but a picture that has probably been screenshot over 1,000 times. For one, the timestamp keeps changing once you take that picture, once you screenshot it. Okay, so you're not going to originally have the original time on it. For one. For two, where was I going with that? Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, y'all. Ain't been a very good weekend. I got a headache now. Oh, so the timestamp will keep changing. The quality of the picture, the more it gets Photoshop, I mean not Photoshop, but screenshot or saved, the quality of the picture goes down. You're not going to see every nook and cranny in it. Like I, for one, when I first seen the picture, I thought there was somebody in the back seat with her at that point in time. I really did. Because there's a piece of wood that is, I don't know what the fuck it's in there for. It looks kind of like a 2x4, maybe a 2x6. And it's in the back seat. Now, the way it looks like it's like in between the window and the seat, but there's, in that kind of truck, that seat is so far up against that window that nothing can fit behind there. Maybe a piece of paper. Definitely not a piece of wood. So, yes, for about 4 months, I thought it was an arm with a black shirt on. Now, I still kind of feel like it may be an arm with a shirt on. Maybe. That's that key word there. Maybe. But this case has so many twists and turns and ups and downs, you don't know what to believe. Because, like I said, we weren't there, so we don't know what to believe. We can listen to all day long to all these other people tell you things. But at the end of the day, none of us were there. We don't really know what happened. And I'm not a hearsay person. Yes, I might repeat what I hear just to get your opinion on it. But it's not because I believe it. And that's like when Dawn and Candace would talk. There's not a whole lot that I really want to say that I can honestly believe. But I think we need to look at law enforcement a little bit more when it comes to this case. I really do. I really, really believe it. Like, I feel like whenever they do a press conference, or an interview, it's more or less of a burden on them to deal with it than something that they're on top of. Somebody. Mommy, baby. Mama's big boy, huh? Y'all, this dog has not left my side since yesterday. My husband tried to bring him in the room last night so he could go to sleep with him in the room, and the dog got up and came in the living room. Well, when I went in there to go to when I went in there to get my stuff and go to the restroom, he was standing up on the bed, and he kept staring at me. So I was like, "You want to come with me?" So I put him down on the floor, and he followed me out to the living room. And he got up on the couch, and I wasn't going to take him back in the room, so I decided to sleep on the couch with him last night. And he's been by my side all day. He has not left my side. Evil Rose. I wish you guys could see it. I've got a dog on each side of me and a cat on each side of me at my feet. Yeah, he's had a long run. He's 16, maybe 17 in humans. Or 15, 16 in humans, something like that. He's like 105 in dog years. He's lived a really good life. This is the only dog I've ever known to do backflips. Like, I'd go outside and see him, and when he was littler, and bring him a toy or some snacks or something, he'd start doing backflips when he seen me. He's been a mama's boy since we got him. He is. He's beautiful. I love the patch over his eye. Reminds me of Spuds MacKenzie. Poor baby. I just wish there was something I could do for him. But after this live, I probably won't go live until Wednesday again. And if I don't hear anything new about this case by then, I'm probably going to start going over different cases, whether it be a trial or something else. But as of right now, this case gives me such a headache. Like right now, my head is throbbing. Oh. Oh boy. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end this. I don't know what I want to do yet. I just hope and pray that something comes of Summer's case soon. And they charge somebody, and they charge the right person. Oh, did it? You know how that feels too, Maze. It's just so weird, Maisie, because like every time I look at him, he's like staring out into space, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like he'll sit up, and he'll just like stare at the wall, or just stare, and I'm like, what the hell is he looking at? So I'll turn his whole entire body around. So I'm like, at least look at me, damn it! Quit looking at the wall. I just wish I knew what was going on in his head. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end now, and I might go live a little bit later if I feel any better. I just haven't been live in a couple days. I know I tried to do one the other day, but it wasn't to go live to talk to people. It was to fix my damn computer, which I don't think I did. I don't know. I mean, I don't see the color change like you do when they start losing their sight. Like I've never had a dog go this long, so I don't know what the signs are. Yeah, I know. I talked to his vet. I called his vet yesterday. But as quick as he's losing his weight and his bowel movements aren't very good right now, and yesterday we were going to go to work and my husband carried him down the steps, and when he put him down, he kind of started like going into a seizure type thing, and it scared the shit out of me, and I was like, that's it, I'm not going to work. Not with him being like this. He's not going because it's too hot, and I'm not leaving him home alone. So we didn't go yesterday. He went today though. And me and Turbo have just been laying on the couch all day. Kind of actually took a nap because I haven't slept, like I said, in the last couple of days because of the way he's been. Like Friday, I noticed the difference. Like he was starting to act like a little weirdish to me. And then yesterday, so I didn't want to go nowhere because I didn't want, God forbid, we were at work or something happened to him. I don't know. Because this, for the last 3 years, he's been going to and from work with my husband every day. It wasn't fainting. It was like a seizure. Like he kind of went like a limp, but then he started shaking. But he popped right out of it. So, and he's done it a couple of times with my husband. He's never done it on me, thank God. Like I'd freak out. But he's done it a couple of times on my husband. So, I don't know. Like I got him when he was at the most 2 years old. And he's the grandpa of all my dogs now, except for one. White. There is no color to him. That's why I'm saying I think it's any day now. And I noticed it Friday that they were like that. And he barely will eat. He barely drinks. Like, I remember one litter of my puppies contracted that parvo. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with dogs that had parvo, but they'll stand over the water like they want to drink it, but just stare at it. And, they can't drink. And that's what it kind of reminds me of with him. The gums, like I said, just recently, last couple of days, they turned white. I will, babe. So, what? What's the matter, buddy? Uh, what's the matter, buddy? Not you. Mommy's right here. It's okay. Mommy not leaving your side. No, sir. I just have to go potty. That's the only time I leave you. It's like he's afraid I'm gonna leave. Like he'll watch me. If I get up, he watches every movement I make. What, buddy? So I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm just taking it day by day with a grain of salt with him. My poor baby. And I know there's something wrong with him because, like, my other dog that's in the house is just acting very weird too. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what the vet said. He said with his age, it can be anything, and you know, if we bring him in, that there's not much they can really do with him being so old. So they would suggest put him to sleep, and I'm not doing that. I rather it come natural than be induced. Yeah. It's just weird because he'll, like, every so often get like a really spurt of energy and then be like he is right now. His breathing is getting really, it seems like it's getting a little bit harder for him to breathe. And half the time, like, it bothers him to lay down, I guess, in certain ways. So I literally got to lay him on his side for him to lay down. Otherwise, he'll sit up the whole fucking time. You want some water, buddy? Let's see. If you don't want to drink, because I haven't seen you drink at all today, Mommy's going to shove it in your mouth. Oh. Open. No. There we go. There we go. I know. I can't bring myself to do that though, sipping. I can't. I mean, the vet said he'd come here and do it, but I can't. I can't. I mean, it doesn't really seem like he's suffering, but then again, I don't know how he feels either. It's not like he can talk to me. I know. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Oh, God. And like certain times he'll be like panting so fucking hard, and I have the AC on. Like my husband will turn it off, and then all of a sudden he'll start panting, and as soon as I turn it on, he stops. But then there's times when the AC's just been constantly on, and he starts doing it. So I don't know what to think. See, my husband thought that maybe there was something wrong with his lungs or his kidneys or something like that, because his urine is like almost to where what ours looks like when our kidneys are shutting down. It hasn't got to the cloudy part, but it's really, really discolored like that. Eva, get out of there. Here, baby. Eva, here. Eva. And that's the hard part because I don't know what's best. I don't know what to do for him. Like you can see his body mass just dwindling away. He used to be one of my thick dogs, and you could even tell he was a stocky bully. Turbo, Turbo, mommy boy. Turbo, I'm over here, baby. I see you. What are you doing? That's what I was thinking. That he wasn't getting enough oxygen. I mean, this morning I got him to eat. Dan got him to eat a couple pieces of pork chop last night, and that's all he ate. And today I got him to eat a couple bites off of a piece of a bologna. I know last night I woke up and I heard him drinking water. And I think he did it this morning too. But barely drinking anything. I just want my dog to be okay. It just breaks my heart. There's nothing I can do for him. Physically do for him. I just want him to be out of pain and out of suffering. If he is, in fact, in pain. I mean, I'm looking at him and I can tell he's suffering, because he's lost his body weight. His urine is not normal yellow. Kind of almost looks like a burnt orange. Stares off into space. His gums are white. He has a hard time standing. Like his back legs are constantly shaking. Well, I told Dan that I don't want to do that, but if it comes down, if something doesn't happen in the next few days with him on his own, then yeah, I probably will. As much as I don't want to do that, but I don't want to watch him suffer no longer either. Well, I remember when my dad was passing away. Like, I I remember distinctly the color of his urine in the bag, and it was from his kidneys shutting down or trying to shut down. And that's like the first thing that came to mind when I seen his color of his pee. I was like, oh, maybe he's just dehydrated. He needs more water. Because I noticed this in the beginning of last week. And I was like, he probably just needs more water. So I've been just trying to give him a lot of cold water. And I noticed he wasn't drinking as much all last week, but I wasn't, just won't even thinking about it. I'm thinking, he's hot, just, tired, aggravated, whatever. And then Friday, I noticed his gums were white. And then Saturday, he just started staring out into space. And I don't know. Like, it was scaring me. It really was. Because, like, I've had the puppies pass away from parvo. And then, I've had other dogs pass away too. But they were all younger than him. Like, he's my oldest, and he survived them all. Like, him and the one that we breeded him with to get all the ones that we have, she passed away right after New Year's last year. No. Yeah, right after New Year's last year. And then I had one pass away right before New Year's last year. And I don't know from what. I think that my husband said that when he was born, he didn't think he was going to make it. What doing, Bobo? But we're just going to take it with a grain of salt day by day and see how it works. If it doesn't last too, hopefully. I know he's not going to come through it. He's not going to get any better, but hopefully he won't have to suffer too long. Like, I can't. It hurts me to see my animal like this. What you doing, Bobo? What are you doing? Come on in. Come here. Come on. I'm grateful that he's still walking, though, He's good when he's walking, but as soon as he stops, and you can see the shakiness in him. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come, Mama. Come here. Like, he just looks at me with these pitiful eyes like, Mom, help. And I don't know what to do. Today's Sunday, ain't it? Even if I wanted to go to the dam, take him to his vet, I couldn't because they're closed anyway. We got a 24-hour one on the weekends. But we called the other day, Saturday. No, was it Saturday? Yeah, we called yesterday, and to be seen, they wanted $265 just to be seen. That's not including any of the tests that they have to run, and it was an 8-hour wait. I'll be damned if I'm gonna have my dog out there waiting 8 hours for you guys to bring him in. They're very expensive, and not for nothing, it's in fucking going towards Southern Pines, so yeah, they're gonna be very expensive out there. That's just like if I was gonna go towards Cary. They're expensive. I mean, my dog is well worth it, but I can't afford it. I'm lucky I can afford to live the way I can't take him to no vet. I'm glad that his vet isn't charging me for the phone call I made to him. So I'd gladly take any suggestions right now on what to do, because he's just standing up, staring at the fucking wall, breathing very shallow. I don't know what to do. Oh, I've noticed like all these little bumps coming up on his neck and shit now too. I'm sorry, baby. I know that had to be hard on you. Yeah, that was like what we did with the dog that we had that had parvo, because we never knew about parvo with this litter, the very first litter. And the dog that my husband wanted to keep, the puppy my husband wanted to keep out of it, was the first one to start showing symptoms. So we took her to the vet. We spent about $1,400 on this dog for her not to make it through the next day. And I always said it's because, the rest of them lasted for like at least a week or so. And she was getting medicine and IV and stuff like that, and she didn't make it through the next day that she was there. I don't know. There's one on his neck that's like maybe almost a golf ball size. But about a month ago, he got like this really big hump on the back side of him. And my brother-in-law, he's a paramedic, he said he thought it was fluid. But the vet said he didn't want to open it to see what it was, because if it was cancerous, then that would take the chance of it spreading. So he just wanted to keep an eye on it. But the other bumps didn't start showing up until here recently. So it could be cancer too. And if it is, there's definitely nothing we can do for him. Come here, Eva. Eva, come here. Come over here. Come on, buddy. Good girl, Eva. Thank you. Yeah, one of them is right there, like not really on the side, but more on the like right before. Good boy, Turbo. Turbo's a good boy. I don't know. It seems like the rest of my dogs are going crazy. Or acting crazy, I should say. Woman, you're not helping me. I would say it was in line with the back of his ear. That's where I would say it is. It's like lined up with the back of his ear. But where the other hump is, it's like in the same area. It's just down further. Like he's got the big one on the back side, and then if you go straight up the line, he's got a little one. And I thought it was because he likes to get on the floor and like rub his back on the floor anywhere, whether it's outside or inside. And I figured, that the hump where that he has is probably from that, but I don't think so now. I don't know. We gotta just take it with a grain of salt, I guess, and just let it be. And I figured an animal being in pain would whine, like a human would. But you say panting is one way they show pain. But he has a pant. He only panted like for maybe about 30 minutes today, and that was it. And the rest of the time he's been trying to breathe. Oh my gosh, sipping it. Lord.
Hey, baby.
Oh Lord. Yeah, my husband's on his way home anyway, so. I am. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Deal with my dog, wait for my husband to get home. Hopefully, my fucking jaw will stop hurting. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Sippin, for your advice. And if I have any other questions, I will definitely text you, sweetheart, if that's okay. All right. Thank you, guys.